So I'm scrolling through Twitter and I see this video pop up here from Anything Liverpool. I'll link it in the description down below, just like I do with everything that I watch in my videos. So you can check it out for yourselves if you want, or just for full transparency, because it's a polite thing to do, right? But in any case, this is a clip from a Rio Ferdinand show. It's called Rio Ferdinand Presents the Five, or Vibe with the Five, or something to that effect. We'll have a look at a little bit more depth in a moment here. But just hear what Steve Howson says about the age of the Liverpool players. Now, he wants to throw in some players there that are not really considered kids, but in the sense of colloquial kids, where they're rookies, they're not really that experienced, they don't play as often, so they're second teamers or maybe reserve players coming onto the bench, that sort of level, yeah? Let's see what he had to say and then we'll unpack this.
To win it the way he did win it with those young boys, you do have to give him.
You know their team was older than Chelsea.
Yeah, I know it was. It was. And I think they're over milking all of that age thing, but at the same time, they're products of the academy. So I do understand where the praise comes from.
Okay, let me just stop you there. This is where you're going to start typing the abuse. So they won it with kids, right?
Yeah, they finished the bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so they finished it with a higher average age than Chelsea's. Yeah. So they had a higher average age. So Chelsea had more kids.
But they're not first team players though. Those players in the Chelsea team are first team players.
It's the age don't lie.
Yeah. No, I know. And it's the money. Anyway, it's the money that's been bought.
But here's the thing. They started the game with 3. So they were like, oh, we had 11 players missing. You started the game with 3, right? One of them is Conor Bradley, right? I'll give you that. It's an academy player. Yeah. He's 20. Okay?
So 18, 17, 18, is he?
The other one's Harvey Elliott. He's played
bought him from Fulham, by the way.
Yeah, for 4 mil. Yeah, homegrown academy product. But that's already played Premier League 16. Before he came to you. He'd already played in the Premier League twice, I believe.
No, I'm just saying.
He's played 100 games. Are we still calling that a kid? 100 games. That's not a rookie anymore. That is a kid. And Keller, right? That kid Keller, he's 25. 25.
He was good though.
He's not a kid though.
No, he's not.
All right, fair bit to unpack there. Now, just a few points. Where are they here? There was one bit here. Bradley. Conor Bradley, 20 years old. Yes, 20-year-old Conor Bradley. 20. Barely played a game for Liverpool FC until Trent got injured in that Arsenal game. Then he came on. He may have had a cameo or two before that, but he's only recently featured in the last month and a bit since Trent's been injured. So before that, Conor Bradley was not a player you would consider a bench player. He was in the reserves, playing for the under-21s or what have you, okay? That's one thing there. Now, the other thing is Elliott. Elliott is an academy product. He is 20 years old. Yes, he's played a lot of football already. He is a baller. Not what I would consider a starting 11 player. He is most likely going to be a bench player. So again, you can consider him a kid in the sense where he is a youngster. He's got 100 games in him. Yeah, I'm not denying that. Everyone can see the stats. They speak for themselves. But he is still 20 years old. Now, you have someone like a Gakpo, not considered a child. He plays in the first team. He is not a kid, so I wouldn't call him a kid. I would not call Kelleher a kid either. 25 years old, reserve goalkeeper. He's the bench. He plays. You would consider him a bench player. Robertson, obviously not. Van Dijk, not. Now, if you want to be a little bit technical, Diaz being 27 years old, Van Dijk being 32 years old, Kelleher being 25 as he is, Robertson on the pitch while he was playing 29 years old, Endo being 31 years old. This is what's going to drive the age of the players up, the average age, if you will. So this is why we finished with a older squad. If it wasn't for those 3 players, we probably would have been a little bit less. And the age gap wasn't that much difference. It was like a year or two. It weren't much. But semantics aside, that's who we started with. We ended up finishing with this squad here. Gomez, right back, Kwanzaa, who is 20 years old. Van Dijk, Tsimikas again, bench player, sometimes in the starting 11, depending. Kelleher obviously in goal. Clark, teenager. McConnell, teenager. Elliott, 20. Dance just turned 18 a couple of weeks ago in January at some point. So this is why we say the kids won the cup, because these were the players that were on the pitch when Van Dijk scored his winning goal in the 118th minute. These are the players that were on. And it's not like they were being pressed. That the 90 minutes before that, Chelsea should have wiped us out. I've already said Chelsea should have won this game. If they took their chances, they were the better team. They would have absolutely annihilated us. But they didn't. And they failed. And then we won. And this is why we say Liverpool's kids won the league. Not kids specifically being of kid age, but more so the inexperience, the lack of game time. And yes, you can say Elliott probably doesn't count as much, but McConnell, yes. Clark, yes. Bradley, when he's playing, yes. You see someone like an Elliott as well, given his age, sure, fair enough. Now, if you want to say, well, Chelsea had youngsters too, yes. Chelsea's players are young. Gusto, what is he? 20 years old. Disasi, 25. Colwill, 21. Fernandez, what is he? 24, 23. Gallagher is 24, if I'm not mistaken. Sterling's like late 20s. Palmer, what is he? 21. So they had youngsters too. And if Chelsea had won, then it would have said Project Youth is working. Chelsea's youngsters won the Carabao Cup. And I don't think anyone would disagree. Even though they do have some older players in there. Shit, I forgot Petrovic in goal as well. Shit, I forgot. 24 years old from Serbia. Anyways, these are the players that they had. Jackson, 22. So young as well. But they're experienced. They've been playing in the Premier League this season. This is pretty much a standard Chelsea first team. This is nowhere near a standard Liverpool first team. Do I need to remind you of the players and also players off the bench? Gomez coming on. Obviously, Kwanzaa, I mentioned him. Yeah, 21 years old, been playing because of a lack of centre-backs. When Van Dijk got sent off against Newcastle, he had to come on. Play alongside, was it Matip, I think it was. So he's in there. Again, Kumas, Nyoni, youngsters. And look at the players we have out. Trent, Thiago, Bajcetic, Matip, Jota, Nunez, Jones, Doak, Becker, Allison. Like players out. They had a few starting 11, but nowhere near the levels that we had. Anyways, to get rid of this starting 11 bullshit out of the way. Look, there was a video here from Howson saying, this when they won the Carabao Cup, Manchester United the season before, this is great for United, for the players, it's fantastic for them, they need to step out and it's going to good for their growth and together for the team, and it's the first cup under Ten Hag and let's see what happens, and evidently nothing has happened since. But I want to go to the actual video itself. This is the video that the clip came from. Now this is Rio Ferdinand presents 5, and you'll notice the like to dislike ratio, 768 up, 506 down, 26,000 views about 20 hours ago, give or take. Some of these comments are a little bit surprising. This is why I don't watch the show anymore. Steve is the saltiest guy out there. We'll all miss you. I fast forward every time he opens his mouth. It's just obnoxious. You don't watch it anymore, but you're still here. He looks full triggered. You had to stop watching because of Steve is absolutely unbearable. He chats the most of any personality on YouTube. Literally anything he says is stupid, embarrassing from Steve. They literally had 5 rookies out there at the end. Extremely salty guy, zero context into account, poor knowledge. Unsure how someone who can compare Woodward to an air disaster receives so much airtime. I believe that actually happened. He said Ed Woodward was worse than the Munich air disaster. Now that's fucking something you don't fucking say at all. No chance. Guys, realize in the Chelsea game, average like 22 and Liverpool's was 25. Yes, because of 3 or 4 players who are over the age of 25. That's why. Just explained it. Thank you very much. And yes, Chelsea squad cost a shit fuck ton of money, which is why they said Liverpool's kids, Liverpool's reserves, Liverpool's youngsters ended up winning the game. Let me just go back one more time. Bradley was a reserve player, not even a bench player. Yeah. Elliott, bench. Gakpo, bench. Gravenberch, bench. Kanate, bench or starting 11. Yeah, Kelleher, definitely bench, right? And then look at the subs here. Clark, reserves. Dan's reserves. McConnell, reserves. Kwanzaa was a reserve, ended up coming onto the bench because of his performances. Kumas would be reserves. Nyoni would be reserves. Adrian is our third choice goalkeeper. Doesn't even make the squad half the time, yeah? This is what I'm talking about. Simekas off the bench. So with all these first team players out, yeah, we ended up finishing the game with practically kids, a lot of them inexperienced, especially in key areas in the midfield. You tell me a $200 million fucking midfield of Fernandez and Caicedo with the likes of Palmer couldn't do shit against teenagers? Give me a fucking break. Absolute fucking joke. Anyways, let's say a little bit more of what Howson had to say. Let us hear some of his wisdom shed upon us.
I actually just thought, though, to be fair, it felt like it's Klopp's last season, isn't it? I get a feeling like he's going to get some luck. There's a fairy tale element
I
to it.
didn't want that. I didn't want that win because now they're going to start to believe.
Confidence is coming.
That's what I don't want, man.
I think they're good. They've
Never
built
been a
momentum.
more fucking wanked off team in the media than this. Oh my God. Let's just have the facts, right?
Go on,
He
then.
won the Champions League. He beat Poch. Oh, he's won the League
Yeah,
Cup.
nah, but you can't.
He
take
beat
away-
Poch.
Yeah, but
What are we
Steve,
looking at here?
you
We're
can't-
looking at...
Yeah, he beat Poch because that's what he had in front of him. If he had another manager and he beat him, what are you going to say then? I mean, you beat Eddie Howe's Newcastle 2-0 last year to win the League Cup. What are we going to say here? Who cares about Manchester United's win because it was against Eddie Howe? You're going to say, well, we played better. We won it. So we can only play what's in front of you. Cry me a river.
You can't.
My guy here,
You've
not
got to
really.
give credit when it's due. For
will give
example,
credit when it's
they had players that, for example, if you look at Chelsea, probably should have won that with the amount of chances that they had.
Yes.
Gallagher missing. He's going to give you everything, But again, you got to give props to Keller as well in goal. So you have to give him the props, man. He's done his bit. They're going to be in a good
They're
position.
trying to put him on the same level of Fergie for winning a...
No, who said that? Who said?
Who the fuck is saying that? I ain't never seen no Liverpool fan or anybody say they're trying to put Klopp in the same level as Fergie. In what fucking way could you put him on the same level as Fergie? Klopp's been here, 8-9 years. Fergie was here for 25 plus. How are you going to put him on the same level? If you won a few more Premier Leagues, then maybe you can look at it in a certain amount of time with comparative to what they've won. Yeah, but no, nobody's saying he is any level of Fergie. What the fuck is Howson talking about?
When? Who? When?
Which shit, I ain't never seen it at least. I ain't never seen anybody say anything outlandish like that.
What, are you joking?
When?
Have you been on the internet the last 24 hours?
Come on, yeah, but
Man,
bro,
fuck
we
the
can't
internet,
take
bro.
everything seriously online, man. Come on, man. That's just agenda driven as well, man. That's like when people argue Messi, Ronaldo for the sake of it.
I have to say though, if you look at the people that didn't play, it is impressive.
Yeah,
don't care who you
correct.
play against.
Yeah,
Salah, Jota,
Correct.
Nunez, Trent, Alisson,
Thank you, Rio.
Szoboszlai,
Some
Matip,
sense.
Jones. It's like Thiago. There's a lot of players there that will be genuine first team players there.
Yeah.
It's unreal, really.
3.
Yeah. What?
Nah, man. Look, Salah,
Alisson,
Jota,
Salah.
Nunez, Trent, Alisson,
Debatable.
Szoboszlai plays. Jones has been playing.
Yeah.
There's a lot there, man. That's almost
He's
one
been
half
playing.
team.
None of them are first
No, but he has
3
been
of them
playing
are
this year,
first
especially
choice.
this season. He's been tops as well.
Bro, absolute wankery. What the fuck is he on about? Bro, look. Bro, yeah, if all our players are fit, Diaz, Nunez, Salah, 2 players already. Jones, say McAllister and Szoboszlai, give or take, or Endo and Szoboszlai, one or the other. That's still 2 players. So 1, 2, 3, 4, let's say, and then you'd have Trent at right back, and then he was never going to play. He was never going to play, but you say Alisson would be your goalkeeper, yeah, and that's your first team. That's a good what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 first team players that are out. You have to play reserves and then bring on the bench and then go through the under 21s. Miss me with that nonsense. Just the comments were just outstanding. Joe Bayer, that's who it is. Big up Joel Bayer. Man with a little bit of sense. Yeah, looking at the context of situations, that's what you need to look at. No wonder Romero made fun of this Buffalo. Jealousy from the guys embarrassing. I'm a Liverpool fan. Absolutely embarrassing. Give credit where it's due. Liverpool did well winning that. Stay should put the jealousy aside and assess other clubs objectively. Howson absolutely rattled. You love to see it. The thing with this beefcake is he refuses / can't look at things objectively without his United tinted glasses on. So let that be the bitterness, as it were. But that is that. I am out.